Live with Chris and Che, Gold
What's
Line
up?
Cards, EN Sports Cards. How you doing tonight, Che?
I'm doing awesome. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. I noticed by complete coincidence
Yeah.
we're both wearing our red stuff. The first time I got my postseason shirt on because, well, I bought it and then they lost to the Braves and then the shirt came in the mail after that. So with the announcement today that Governor DeWine is looking into allowing 30% capacity, which would be, typical Reds game minus opening day or maybe the Cubs in town because, the Cubs will outweigh the Reds every single weekend. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to going to games.
Yeah, absolutely. 30% capacity. I had to laugh. We talked about that before. I mean, what are they looking to do? Double the attendance this year than from what they've had in the past. I mean, with baseball, there's 81 home games, afternoon games in the summer. And if the team is not just, if you're not at Wrigley or Fenway, you're not getting 30% most of the time anyway. So I don't think it'll affect the baseball attendance so much, as it would other sports. They're just not sellouts on a daily basis in baseball. That's just all there is to it.
Absolutely. But there are two huge things that you and I did this week. I started a website for Gold Line Cards. Well, I've had one for a long time, but I actually put effort into it. And if you go to goldlinecards.com, there is stuff there. It takes you to things that you can see and view, and I'm really excited about it. There's no products on there yet. We're working on that probably Thursday or Friday, but I got with a buddy of mine and he started putting it together because I'm like, I do so much, man. I'm community, I'm engagement, I'm Twitter, I'm trying to sell, I'm trying to YouTube. Like, where can I get it all in one place? He's like, you need a website. Let me build it for you. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the comments section, what my website is. And you started something this week that I'm going to feature on my website, which is probably one of the most sincere reads that I've had all week and such a pleasure. Go ahead and talk about that.
Oh, I've been talking about it for a while about starting a blog. It's going to start as a blog. I think I hope to transform it into kind of an all-encompassing website at a later time. But for now, I just wanted to start a blog and to be able to write and not be constrained by the 280 character limit on Twitter. I'm so long-winded, so I took it live 2 nights ago. Wrote I told you in a direct message that first post was not meant to be what it was. I mean, it was just going to be the About Me page. I just sat down to write the little snippet of the About Me, supposed to be a paragraph or two. Next thing I know, it's 1,111 words, and I've gone into personal stuff that I never even planned on putting in there. But when I just started writing, man, it just that's just what came out. So I switched it from, hey, this is not going to be my About Me page. This will be my first post, because you can't have the About Me be that long. But I love it. I've gotten some pretty good feedback on it so far. So at first I'm going to do a blog a couple of times a week, and then I want to incorporate. I need to do some stuff on my YouTube channel. Kind of everything I do is with you on this channel, but I want to incorporate.
I hijacked you.
Yeah, I want to incorporate my YouTube channel and start doing some more stuff on there. I've got a link to my eBay store. I've got what I thought was a pretty decent logo design, and I want that to be branded across, whether it's Twitter or YouTube or Instagram or that website. I just want the same branding across all those platforms and just be consistent with that. And eventually I want that website, like you said, to be kind of the centerpiece. My Twitter feed is on the website. My Instagram feed is on the website. I'll have, my YouTube videos embedded on there. So that is to be kind of my home base going forward. And it's a place that I can write and not be limited like Twitter does me. So, yep, I'm excited about it. I'm going to sit down and write a piece tonight. Start on a piece. I'm not going to put something on there every day. But my first 2 things, I just wrote them and posted. I didn't do an outline and really sit down to write something legitly good. I just wrote something and hit post. But going forward, I might take a couple, 3 days to work on something, go back and revise it, things like that, and then try to post something of quality once or twice a week. So I'm excited about it.
I'm really excited about the just sit and write because that comes straight from your heart and not from your brain. Now, when you sit and you try to rewrite things and you go back, I mean, editing commas, semicolons, an Oxford comma here and there is one thing or another. But when you just sit and you just write, that comes from your heart. And I mean, what is the hobby? It's our passion. It's what we do. I mean, you and I sit here every Monday. I sit in front of this camera 3 days a week in this room. I've got a show with my kid because I love it. And that's what we love. Is that what I loved about your blog was, the first one I read is you could tell that came straight from Che. Like it didn't come manufactured. It wasn't one of those top series 1 manufactured patches that look really cool. It was, it was the zipper on your jacket. That's what it was, so I thought it was really cool. And I'm excited to read going forward because I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of the hobby. I'm a fan of sports. So
I appreciate it, and anybody out there is watching, haven't gone to it yet. Looks like everybody who's watching has been there. I've seen them in the, in the comments. So I appreciate all you guys. I mean, most of the people on the chat right now have already reached out to me and let me know that they read it. And man, I really appreciate it. I really do.
Well, we better have a good show today, Che, because my mom and dad are watching. My dad says go deep. On there. He says, I'm missing the Duke game to do this show right now, but that's all right. I think they're smashing Syracuse by like 20 last time I checked. But, last Monday, something really special happened on this show for me. Now, I'm doing the Polar Bear Plunge and the fundraiser for the Ohio Special Olympics. I'm going to just go ahead and do this while I'm up there. So there's the website right there. I'm going to put it in the comments too. If anyone feels compelled to donate, I'm pretty sure every single person in the comments has already given. But last week, I said if we got to $1,000, I would get a hobby related tattoo. Literally on the show, your pal just donated a whole bunch of money, got us over 1,000. I got all kinds of emotional. It got weird, but it's a good weird, not a bad weird. Today, a couple of days ago, I get an email from the Special Olympics saying, we got a party pack for you. Like, okay, cool. I raised $2,000 or something like that. You get a t-shirt for like $100. You get a book bag for like $250. What address can we send this to? And so I just reply back and I give it to her. Well, today she shows up at my house with this box. Reason for a reason is what they call the Polar Plunge. He shows up at my house, knocks on my door, rings the doorbell. I'm like, who is this strange person at my house at like 3:30 in the afternoon? Like, why? She's like, just, thank you. I'm basically a one-man team, but I'm a one community team because you know what this box says? To the hobby.
That's awesome.
So it's not to Chris because you guys did this. Kevin Fee, he's watching right now. He said we got to get you to 2,500. Check my email. Kevin Fee got me to 2,500 just like that. And right before I got on here, I checked and it was at 2,600. But in this box, a bunch of homage masks. Let's say Ohio Special Olympics on them.
It's your brand, man. Your brand and your color. How about that?
Who needs a mask? What else? A very nice handwritten note. Mr. K Dub will tell you the way to you don't make friends with salad. That's what the Simpsons taught us. Handwritten notes. Unbelievable. Somehow they knew that the penguin was my favorite animal. I mean, you got to keep your hands clean with the hand sanitizer, right? And you got to stay hydrated with water bottles, especially these athletes with the amazing athletes of the Special Olympics. If they're whooping us in basketball, which typically I play against them, my work versus the local Special Olympics basketball team, they are thirsty because they whoop us in basketball. I believe our girls team was state champs last year. I know Miss Claire is already playing with pom-poms. She can come cheer me on while I do my plunge over the weekend. Because, oh yeah, I have to still do my plunge this weekend. Bunch of balloons in here. I'm not sure if I already mentioned a whole bunch of Special Olympics lanyards. Because nowadays, you know, when you're at work, you got to carry your work ID with you. You know, I can put my mask on here. I can put my kids' masks on here because they lose everything. What else? Oh, I got a beach ball. I got another beach ball. I got a third beach ball. I got a fourth beach ball. I got a whole bunch of free coupons, the sheets. You know how I send out koozies? Well, these are going to be going out in all my bubble mailers now too. The stickers that go on my water bottles that I have on like your computers and stuff. Oh, there's about 100 of them here. And a bunch of the same, bunch of extras. But the kindness that this lady showed me, just literally Sheetz is like a Turkey Hill or you know, a gas station that has a convenience store inside of it. So yeah, there it is. Chris says a gas station with food. That's actually like good food that won't, you know, it's not in sushi and stuff. But I've got 15 of these. Who wants an Ohio Special Olympics mask? Let me know because they're yours. I imagine, you know, for my family to keep, people who donated, really anybody who wants them, you're just going around repping their brand, and it's homage because if you're from Central Ohio, you know that that's the t-shirt brand to have. I mean, even LeBron James wore his Ultimate Warrior homage shirt when they beat the Warriors. So, you know, this lady just, I don't know who she is. I know she works with the organization, shows up at my house with a giant box just to say thank you for raising money for these athletes. Unbelievable. So this is me saying thank you, to all of you, because I mean, I can't do this without you. I didn't raise any money myself. I haven't given any money yet. Only money I've given or donated is my time, and that I'm getting a tattoo, and that's coming out of my pocket. So I was just over the moon. We're over $2,600 now. Depending on the weather, the plunge for me, because it's virtual, there's no gathering due to COVID, will be Saturday or Sunday this coming weekend. I will live stream that. I'm not sure where I'm going to do it yet, but we're trying to figure that out. But I'm going straight into some water. I've seen some videos of people just sitting out in the snow, getting water dumped on them. Like, I remember when that was called the Ice Bucket Challenge. So I'm going to find a frozen lake somewhere and find a way to jump in it, because there's $2,600 worth of amazingness behind it. And we raised the goal, like Mikey B. Card said, you smashed right through that goal. You're going to need a bigger goal. Yeah. So we raised it to 5,000. And whether I get there or not, I'm just ecstatic at where I am right now. So,
well, man, I've got to say, you know, a week ago tonight, we were sitting here and you kind of stalled out. I think just over $500. It's been a day or two since we had a donation.
Yep.
And then right here on, you know, live while we're doing this, we got I say we because I feel like I'm a part of this. We got a big, huge donation, you know, on the air, which was an awesome, amazing moment. But then later that night, somebody reached out to me. They wished to remain anonymous, and they matched that donation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Mikey B did his huge donation. But I say all that because take those three big ones away. I don't know if you thought about this. That was just over $1,400. The hobby still hit your $1,000 goal without those three big lump sums. So it's awesome all the way around. It's been amazing to see the reach that this has gotten, how people have rallied together, and just, you know, everybody wants to see your tattoo, but you know, it's more than just a tattoo. It's just a community coming together. And I was really excited to see that you got over that $2,500 mark, because that told me that the hobby in the small $5, $10, $15 donations, which are just as important as the $500 ones. They got you to that goal, which we thought that we could do without needing the big ones. The big ones help, and they got us to that huge number. But just the small donations accounted for a bunch of that. So that just awesome. Just been awesome.
And I'm really glad you said that, because I've had more than one person reach out to me and said, I'd really love to donate, but I don't have very much money. And they've donated like $2.60. And that means so much to me, because you know what? X person can afford $500. X person can afford $2.60. And that's the same, it comes back just because it's $500. That's great. That's awesome. But you know what's also awesome? That $2.60, because that's what you can afford. Or today, the $3.63 donation I got from some a younger person under 18 collector who that's like what they had in their piggy bank or their allowance, and they wanted to give it to me for this. I mean, those are the meaningful, like you said. If you take away the huge ones, that $2, that $3, the $6, the $5.82, I don't know where these people get these random numbers. Is that what they have in their PayPal or what? But you really read your email and it says $2.62, and you know that person could have done whatever with their $2. They could have got a Happy Meal or, a Mountain Dew at Walmart, or I don't know what they could have done, but they chose to give it to me for this cause. And when I say me, I just mean the hobby, us doing this. I just have to be the person doing the act. So it's truly remarkable. I'm blessed. I'm humbled. It's amazing.
It was great. It was absolutely great. So, I'll be honest, that was the best thing I saw this week, but we've committed to each other that we won't use something with one of us when we talk about the best thing we saw on Twitter this week. So other than that, I can tell you what the best thing I saw this week is, but I'll give you a chance to go first. What's the best thing you saw in the hobby Twitter this week?
Oh, hang on. I'm just replying to somebody in the comments. Sorry about that. The best thing I saw in the hobby Twitter this week, I want to say what you're going to say, because I know what it is.
Yeah.
But while I was going through my Claire cards on our show Sunday, Claire was showing off her cards, right? We got back into doing these. These were real big back in May. So I posted a picture of Claire painting. And somebody I've never interacted with ever, didn't even know they existed until this week, comments on it. This is great. Are they for sale? I'm like, no, just send me your address. I'll send them to you. He goes, and then he goes and retweets it and says, Claire Cards, one of one, anywhere from $10 to $100 donations to her college fund, starting now. And he starts DMing me, and all these people start DMing me saying, as soon as we get our Claire cards, we will give you, X amount of dollars as long as it goes towards her college fund. So she's got a 529, Cooper's got a 529, which is the Ohio College Fund. And they're like, if you send me a Claire card, I will literally send you money as long as it goes to her college fund. And just some random guy, I have no idea who he is. I can't even remember his name right now because I'm like blown away by this, and it just caught me off guard. But just he wants to help, and he's a budding artist, wants to help budding artists, loved that he saw my daughter doing this and wanted to help. And, because I know what you're going to say, which is also the best thing I saw this week, I had to go with something else so we can have two.
Well, I'm glad you did, because, I'll freely admit I saw that tweet, and it was one of those that I kind of glanced over. I didn't dig into it. I remember seeing some guy retweet that, and I saw at the bottom donated, but I didn't read deeper into it. So I didn't know that's what that was about, man. So that's awesome. That's absolutely really, really cool. And man, I don't know if what I was going to say is better than that or not, but we all know who Eric Hecker is. He goes by ES Hecker on Twitter. He's the king of the random act of kindness. He's the racketeer, as you call him, Chris. He's given, he gives stuff away every day. And there was a tweet today that I'd retweeted. It was somebody that said, hey, if you could if you could design a relic card with with your Mount Rushmore of players from your team, who would be on that card? And Eric comes back and he says, he lists his team and he lists 4 players. And I know one of the players was Tris Speaker for the Indians, and he might have said Joe Sewell. He said the Indians were definitely his team. I know he listed Tris Speaker, and I think he said Joe Sewell would be on there as well. And then 20 minutes later, he goes to his mailbox, and Rippin' Gypsy had sent him a rack to him, and inside was a booklet, a try booklet with relic bats of Joe Sewell, Tris Speaker, and Satchel Paige. It's one of the greatest pieces of memorabilia I've ever seen. I mean, that is just an amazing, amazing card. And he was just like blown away. He's like, 20 minutes ago, I was talking about what my Mount Rushmore would be, and I go open my mailbox, and somebody had sent me basically this Mount Rushmore card. It was so cool. And nobody that I've seen in the hobby Twitter deserves to get a rack like that more than that guy, who has given and given and given and never asked for anything back, man. And it was awesome. It was the best thing I saw this week, for sure.
Absolutely. And I know he has a special relationship with Rippin' Gypsy, as last year they did the Rippin' for the Cure. And I believe they're doing that again this year. I think they raised some like $26,000 for Crohn's and colitis. So, they have that special relationship. Smash and Mindy already know Eric and know what he loves. They probably had that tweet planted on him because they knew it was coming, because those are the kind of people that they are and that they know that Eric is. So super happy for Eric. He's just an awesome human being. And, he, like you said, he never wants anything in return, but it's always nice to get something in return.
Yeah. And those racks, man, where it's cool to do like a giveaway where you plan, I'm going to give this away to somebody, and in some, you give it to some random person. You don't know if they'll appreciate it or not. But and when you can just knock one out of the park, like Josh did for me, just another collector sent me an Eric Davis that just blew me away. I mean, it was designed for me.
He does that a lot.
Yeah. Garrett the other day, just sends me a card. It's a Lynn Bowden Jr., but he knows that I will love that card. Kelly sent me, oh my gosh, man, Eric Davis. I'm collecting the rainbow of Eric Davis. He sends me an envelope out of the blue. I didn't know it's coming. Had like 8 UK players in UK uniform. And then it's got 4 Eric Davises. I've got 400 Eric Davis cards. I didn't have a single one of those that he sent me. It was perfect, man. It was absolutely
good job,
perfect.
Kelly.
So there's nothing better than getting, just something that came from somebody's heart, but then it's like getting a Christmas gift at Christmas, and you're like, oh, that's nice, thank you. But when you get something that came from their heart, and then it just blows you away with how much you love it, man, it's perfect. So I was really happy to see him get that card, and I know that he loves it.
And, on the other side of that too is, that Mindy and Smash loved giving it to him because they knew that's the collection it belonged in. When you guys racked me the one of one, I mean, your words, I believe, were like, they should have made it Lock Judy Capel. Like, that just belonged in my collection. And so when the person's going to appreciate it, it makes it that much better, because they're not going to sell it for profit. They're not going to ever. I mean, that's going to go to his kids. Like the Lock Judy, it's got Cooper's name written all over it someday. Or if he doesn't get into football, my nephews, I won't use their name for privacy, but they it'll go to them. And it's just it's not just the receiving, but the giving too. It's like you said, Kelly knew you liked the Eric Davis and the Lynn Bowden Jr. and the other cards. And that's just, like here, Claire made Bryce Harper for Josh. You were talking about Josh. I know he liked him, so we made him a card. And you know what? It's hard to say, like on the receiving end, how good it feels. But on the giving end, selfishly to say, it feels awesome too, because I know he's going to appreciate that. He supports our family a lot. He supports Claire, sends her birthday presents and Christmas presents, talks to her and stuff. She likes him, and he's going to appreciate that. You know, that makes me feel good knowing that I can do something for somebody else. And, you know, that it's the giving and the receiving on both sides of that rack.
Yeah. You nailed it. I can't even add anything to that. I know sometimes people, you know, feel guilty. You send them something. I'm here to tell you, if you ever receive something from me, if you're watching this and you open your mailbox and you receive something from me, please know that I truly got more gratification out of sending it than probably you will from getting it. I mean, it's something I truly love to do. And, you know, it's an amazing feeling. Like you said, it is an amazing feeling to be able to provide somebody some happiness that you know that it's going to bring them. It's what it's all about.
Yep, absolutely. You see that gold bubble mailer in your mailbox, you know that I want you to have it.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're coming up on that 25 to 30 minutes here. I'm all out of things to talk about. I really wanted to just push the website because I'm going to have stuff going on pretty soon tonight. When I tweeted out earlier, I said this is going to be more of a personal show between me and you and what's been going on and with the steps we're taking in our collecting rather than discussing collecting that we normally do. And I wanted to go through the box. So I'm all done here tonight. Do you have anything else you'd like to share before we jump off here?
No, I mean, like I said, we're pushing 30 minutes now. It's just, I enjoyed tonight. I enjoyed just kind of a conversation. And again, like I say, at the end of every week, I look and I see a lot of names in that chat box. And we've been on here 30 minutes and you guys are still here watching. You're interacting. Love it. Absolutely love it. Can't thank you guys enough for taking time out of your Monday night to come and hang out with us. So I appreciate it. And thanks, Chris, for all you do for the hobby. Man, can't wait to see the video of this polar plunge. You got to post it. You got to take a video and post it on Twitter so we can all see.
Oh, it'll be live. I'll have to see if my mom and dad's pond still has ice in it or not. It might head over there. Not really sure yet, but supposed to be raining over the weekend, so it might have to just be a last second determination instead of Saturday at noon. It might be Saturday at noon became 4 o'clock, became Sunday morning. So, but you know me, I'm active on Twitter. I'll let you guys know when it is. Okay.
Very cool.
So we're going to send you to our going away video now because we've got one of those.
Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you.